Hey everybody, back to work on the Mogul again. Starting here just as a reference, there's the front of the cab and shows the little brass hinges that are installed. I'll need to take those off and before I get ready to spray paint everything, because I want to keep the brass. Might as well. So that thing's ready to go. I spent a few evenings just sanding that down. Sanded the cab down too. Got rid of the sharp edges, filed those off, and then sanded it using this little thing I'd show you. This is one of the handiest gadgets I've ever bought in my life. It's one of those vibrating saws. I got it probably 10 years ago or 8 or 10 years ago from Harbor Freight with a coupon for like $10, and it has all kind of saw blades and has little sander attachments that you can put on it as well. So I use that and the Dremel to sand the different pieces down. And pardon me while I pan here, I wanted to show this. I had to go back to the milling machine a little bit. I thought I was ready to paint, and then I realized, oh, I've got this cover for the little hole in the cab roof. So as you can see by my markings there, I marked it out and I milled the edges of this thing rectangular and 3 inches by 4 inches, and I cleaned up the edges a little bit as well in the mill this morning. And then I just finished milling out the opening for the hatch, whatever the thing is called. I used a 3/16 inch 4-flute milling cutter, pretty high speed on the Bridgeport, and all I need to do, I milled it to a nice easy fit. It's not plopping all the way down in there right now because I wanted to keep it, a rattle-free fit basically. And of course, with the round cutter, there's little rounded corners, you can see that. So I'll take that out and sand and file it down a little bit. I wanted to show the setup. I've stopped and vacuumed up the excess aluminum chips here a bunch of times already. So this is what it looks like. I know I don't do a lot of action shots here because I shoot these videos with my iPad when I'm done basically. So this is sort of an intermediate show. And let me show you what I did here. I used wood to keep the cutter from digging into my vise, and this was handy. I went ahead and screwed the front hinge part into the underside of the cab, and I used that to clamp down into the milling vise. It's a 6-inch Kurt vise on my Bridgeport, so that held it pretty steady. Then I used wood packing underneath and these clamps just to keep it from rocking, because you can get rocking and vibration. You can break cutters and mess up your work that way. So you want to have it as secured as good as possible. So that's my little setup there, and just finish the milling. I'll vacuum it all up, take the cab roof off, and then file the corners square and file it to a good fit on that. Then I can clean it all up one last time and shoot some primer on it, and I'll do an update once I've got the cab painted. My plan right now is to put the outside of the cab roof like a bright red color, maybe a Rust-Oleum Sunrise red, the cab body itself gloss black, and then some kind of a green. I've noticed steamers that use the green inside the cab that looks kind of nice and sets off the brass, and it seems like it's easier to see the gauges and things like that. So that's the game plan now. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I welcome all the subscriptions. So thanks everybody. I'll keep you posted.